Friends, Americans, countrymen, lend me your ears, or just point your eyeballs at the screen. We're talking about the future of America. And let me tell you, it's looking a little less Star-Spangled Banner and a little more March of the Volunteers. That's right, we're diving headfirst into the increasingly plausible and frankly terrifying reality that America as we know it might be slipping through our fingers faster than a greased pig at a county fair. Now I know what you're thinking. Mickey, my man, you've been hitting the conspiracy theory buffet a little hard, haven't you? But hold your horses, because this isn't some Alex Jones fever dream. This is about geopolitics and economics, baby. China, with its insatiable appetite for global domination, has been playing the long game, and frankly, we've been caught napping. They've been strategically maneuvering their currency, the yuan, into a position of global power like a chess grandmaster setting up a checkmate 5 moves in advance. And if you think the UN is the only thing they're spreading, well, buckle up, Buttercup. China's Belt and Road Initiative, that massive infrastructure project that's making even the Roman Empire jealous, isn't just about building roads and bridges. It's about building dependency, about weaving a web of economic and political influence that stretches across the globe. And you know what travels along those roads and bridges? Chinese language and culture. It's like a Trojan horse, but instead of soldiers, it's filled with Mandarin textbooks and dumplings. Now back here in the good old US of A, things are starting to get weird. Remember those trade wars we were so fond of? Yeah, turns out those have consequences. The economy is in the tank, the dollar is looking weaker than a wet paper bag, and suddenly China is looking like the reliable trade partner with deep pockets. American businesses, desperate to stay afloat, start cozying up to China, adopting their standards, their practices, and oh yeah, their language. Chapter 4. From A is for Apple to Ni Hao. And it's not just businesses, folks. Our education system, bless its little heart, is scrambling to catch up. Mandarin is becoming the new hotness in schools, the must-have skill for any kid who wants a shot at a decent future. Forget Spanish, forget French, your kids better be fluent in Mandarin if they want to navigate this brave new world. Chapter 5. The mighty dollar takes a back seat. But here's the real kicker. The almighty dollar, the backbone of the American dream, is starting to look about as relevant as a blockbuster membership. Once the undisputed king of currencies, the dollar is now facing challenges from all sides. It's not just about the rise of digital currencies or the economic policies of other nations. It's about a fundamental shift in global power dynamics. The government, in its infinite wisdom, is cutting deals left and right that favor the yuan. These deals are reshaping the financial landscape, making the yuan more prominent in international trade. It's a strategic move, one that signals a shift in economic alliances and priorities. The implications are vast, affecting everything from global trade routes to the balance of economic power. You want to buy groceries? In the near future, you might find yourself needing to understand more than just the price tags. The influence of the yuan is creeping into everyday transactions, changing the way we think about money and value. Better brush up on your Chinese numbers. Paying your bills online? The digital age is accelerating this shift, with online platforms increasingly accommodating yuan-based transactions. It's a subtle yet powerful change, one that reflects the growing influence of China in the global economy. Get ready for some yuan-based transactions. This isn't just a trend, it's a transformation. The financial world is evolving, and the dollar's dominance is being challenged in ways we never imagined. The dollar is still around, sure, but it's starting to feel like that awkward uncle at a family reunion that nobody really wants to talk to. It's there, but its influence is waning. The world is moving on, and the dollar, once the life of the party, is now struggling to keep up. The future of global finance is being rewritten, and the dollar's role in it is becoming less certain by the day. Chapter 6. Land of the free, home of the linguistically oppressed. And it gets even wilder, folks. Public institutions, the very pillars of our democracy, are getting a Mandarin makeover. Courtrooms, Mandarin, government meetings, Mandarin. Want to file a complaint with your local councilman? Better hope you've got a good Mandarin dictionary handy. English isn't outlawed, not officially, but it's definitely getting the side eye. Speak out of turn in the wrong place and you might find yourself slapped with a fine or worse. Now, this isn't to say that everyone's rolling over and letting the Mandarin wave wash over them. There are pockets of resistance, brave souls clinging to their American identity, fighting to preserve the English language and the culture that comes with it. But they're fighting an uphill battle, outnumbered, outgunned, and frankly outfunded. It's David versus Goliath, but with less slingshot and more, well, Mandarin lessons. So, here we are, staring down the barrel of a future where America looks a lot less like the land of the free and a lot more like, well, China. It's a sobering thought, a stark reminder that power, like water, flows to the path of least resistance. And right now, that path is paved with yuan, baby. Yuan. Now, before you all go out and start investing in Mandarin phrase books, let's take a moment to reflect on where we are and where we want to be. It's easy to get caught up in the hype and fear of an uncertain future, but we must remember that we have the power to shape our destiny. And those little waving cat figurines take a deep breath. This is a potential future, not a foregone conclusion. There's still time to turn this ship around, to steer it back on course. We have the resources, the talent, and the spirit to make a difference. To reclaim our economic independence, to invest in our education system, and to build a stronger, more resilient society. Imagine a future where our schools are thriving, our infrastructure is robust, and our communities are united. To remember what it means to be American. But it's going to take work, people. It's going to take a collective realization that the American dream, the very essence of what makes this country great, is not something that can be taken for granted. Like a delicious deep dish pizza doesn't just magically appear on your doorstep. You've got to fight for it. You've got to put in the effort, the time, and the dedication. It's about coming together as a community, supporting one another, and striving for a common goal. So let's roll up our sleeves, get to work, and make sure that the American dream remains alive and well for future generations. Or, you could just pack your bags and head for the hills. Learn to love the taste of Vegemite in Australia, perfect your tango in Argentina, or embrace the minimalist lifestyle in Scandinavia. Hey, it's your life. But for those of us who still believe in the promise of America, who still get a little misty-eyed at the sight of a bald eagle, it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. Because the future of America, my friends, is not a spectator sport. Look, I'm not saying it's time to start learning Mandarin and stocking up on yuan, but let's be real. The global landscape is shifting, and it's happening faster than we might be comfortable with. But I am saying that the world is changing, and America, for perhaps the first time in a long time, is looking a little vulnerable. We've seen the signs: economic instability, political unrest, and a general sense of uncertainty that seems to be hanging in the air. We've gotten used to being the big dog on the block, the top dog, the alpha dog, the dog that all the other dogs want to be when they grow up. This sense of invincibility has been a part of the American identity for generations. But the thing about being top dog is everyone's always gunning for you. Competitors are always looking for that one moment of weakness, that one opportunity to take the lead. And right now it feels like we're giving them that chance. And right now China is coming in hot with a whole pack of economic and geopolitical firepower. They're not just catching up, in many ways they're setting the pace. From technological advancements to infrastructure projects, China is making moves that are hard to ignore. So while it's not time to panic, it is time to pay attention. The world is changing, and if we want to stay in the game, we need to adapt. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness and preparation. The future is coming, whether we're ready or not. Gap 3S. The future is a canvas, and right now it feels like we're all holding the paintbrush. There are countless paths America and the world could take from here, some filled with hope and others fraught with challenges. Let's start with the optimistic view. Imagine a world where nations collaborate more than they compete. In this scenario, economic partnerships flourish, leading to unprecedented innovation and prosperity. The US and China could lead the charge in tackling global issues like climate change and public health, combining their strengths for the greater good. Picture a world where technology bridges gaps rather than creating them, where advancements in AI and renewable energy propel us into a new era of sustainability and equality. But let's not ignore the pessimistic view. There's a possibility that economic tensions could escalate into something more severe. Trade wars could become real wars, and the global economy could suffer as a result. The geopolitical landscape could become increasingly fragmented, with nations retreating into isolationism and nationalism. In this scenario, technological advancements could widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots, leading to social unrest and instability. So, where does that leave us? The truth is, the future is uncertain, but it's also unwritten. The choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow, and while it's easy to focus on the challenges, let's not forget the opportunities. America has a history of resilience and innovation. We've faced tough times before and come out stronger on the other side. The key is to stay informed, stay adaptable, and stay hopeful. The world is changing, but that doesn't mean we can't influence the direction of that change. Whether we see a future of collaboration or conflict, of prosperity or peril, is up to us. So let's take that paintbrush and create a masterpiece. Gap 3S.